So like I'm pathing top, or not pathing top, but I start top so I can path down. So I'm hoping to kind of, for the most part, my main strat has usually been clearing, and if I get a good like clear time, then I'll just back at D blade and longsword. Then I'll kind of push out to the side I want to fight on, because it is pretty hard to contest anything early on with Kayn unless I have like an item that I can find. I can fight more and get away if I have to, but also depends on like if bot lane's pushed in, if I can like look for a gank, then typically I'll try to do that.
Okay, well your plan is like a full clear, right? Usually.
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Unless like there's like a free gank that I can like just flash onto, or just like they're running at a tower or something.
Okay. I mean that's pretty solid for Kayn. Kayn usually likes the full clear. There is a thought that because you have Aerie also, if you do an early gank, it could throw people off because they don't expect you to gank. And then you get your orbs get going.
Yeah.
But that would be dependent on if there is a gank, obviously.
Right.
But I see you're buying no pot, so you're probably not going to do that because you would want a pot if you're going to.
Usually that's like, because if I don't buy a pot, I can buy D blade and longsword like right away, right as I back, and I can just run back out there.
Okay, you're playing more for mid game then. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, okay, let me add. Okay, I like what you're thinking so far. Can you share anything? Do you have any other thoughts? So you have blue form and you have clear down. Any other thoughts?
No, that for the most part, that's mostly what I think of when I first start.
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, pretty good. I'd say you got the most important things covered. Let me share what else you might want to be thinking. You might want to think. Well, first you want to think. Usually, you want to decide between top or bot, which one to focus. I mean, you chose this, so you're probably gonna like. I mean, you start top, you're gonna gank bot most likely, right? Or recall.
Yeah.
But you can still recall and gank bot. Or you could recall and gank any lane after you recall, right? I mean, ideally, you want to recall, you want to come back top because your top camps are coming back up, right?
Right.
But you don't. You don't have to. So which lane would you like to gank? If between top and bot, which one do you think is better for you to gank?
I guess like top lane for my form, like for what I was looking for, I guess bot lane would, but like for the lane state, I guess Kayle and Aurelia would probably be fighting a lot more, and Lucian would be hard to kind of stick on early game just with that E.
Why do you think Kayle and Aurelia will be fighting a lot?
I just imagine because Kayle's melee like first level 6, so he'd probably be like kind of pushed up a little bit, but
okay.
Of course that could depend on like the player and stuff, and I don't really necessarily know much about laning, so I don't know what's.
Yeah, as a jungler, I don't. That's actually the weakness of a lot of lower elo junglers. They don't actually know much about laning, which if as you go higher, or if you want to go higher, you need to pay more attention actually to learning a little bit. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to like master them or anything, but know how they kind of
wave
work.
management would help.
Yeah, wave management and matchups too. So do you know how the Kayle versus Aurelia matchup goes?
Not really, to be honest.
Do you know who wins early?
I would imagine Aurelia would.
Yeah.
Just based off like the basis of Kayle's like level 6. I've heard like Kayle can.
Yeah. So it's champion knowledge. Yeah. You know some, but not a lot. I would say. So like Kayle's actually one of the weakest laner or top laners. I can't think of I can't think of a weaker top laner than Kayle. Like I think she's the weakest. Yeah, she's the. I can't think of a stronger top laner than Kayle when she's level 16. So that's kind of how Kayle works. Level 1, she's the weakest in the game. Level 16, she's like the strongest. So.
Okay.
So anytime you see Kayle, it doesn't even matter what this. You have Aurelia. You have even if you have like Ornn is stronger. Mundo, and anyone. If anyone beats Kayle. So in most cases. So. What that means is you should expect the wave to be usually like here or something, because
so it will be like a tricky early gank then probably.
Yeah. So but it's not. You do have this wall, right? I mean, the tower is here, but you can do some kind of gank onto Kayle here,
right?
Or dive. Dive is harder in low elo, but in high elo they would. Mostly the counter to Kayle, because Kayle will win if she's 0-0-0 and farms well into like for 20 minutes. She'll be strong. So she loses because you can just dive her. She doesn't have any tools to prevent a dive. I mean, obviously it depends how you play it, but yeah. So this is an option, but a normal gank is usually not an option for Kayle. so like your plan, right? Full clear, recall, and then you would come back. You won't probably want to come back here. Oh, I don't know. Do you start red or Raptors or red first? Actually, it doesn't. Well, it does matter, but
I don't know for this game, but for the most part, I have been starting red. But like the last 5 games, I think 1 or 2 of them I did start Raptors. But like for me, it makes like a negligible difference in terms of my time. Like usually, I think
Yeah.
it's just I need to optimize a little bit more. Because
Okay.
I do find I get like 315 to 325 is kind of my clear speed, which I know is kind of a little longer than like most Kayns, I guess, are supposed to clear.
Only
I
using
see a
one
lot of people
smite,
doing
right?
like 310. I think I use 2 usually.
You use 2 and
Like I use some on Wolves and then I use it on Gromp
Oh,
for the most part.
I think you can do it 320 with only one smite. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
So, and then so you would have the smite for this. I mean, I get technically, if you know where the jungler is, you don't really need smite crab. So
I do find most like low elo junglers path top for the most part. Like I rarely have to contest scuttle. Like
well, what if you're blue side though? You would have to, right? Unless you start, okay. I mean, but we're talking about other games right now. This is okay. I mean, in a higher elo game, I think actually, hold on. Actually, no, never mind. It's okay. Never mind. Oh, sorry, I was talking about matchups, right? Okay, matchups. Aurelia versus Kayle. Kayle's supposed to lose, so the wave should be like here, and maybe you could dive it. But what that also means is like Sejuani might come here, right? Because Aurelia will be like here. The wave's here, right? So Aurelia will be like here. It looks kind of easy for Sejuani to come in. So maybe I don't know. But for you, your option is mostly just dive or counter gank. But since you're doing this, you're not going to counter gank. You're going to be down here, right? That's your choice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we talk about bot. You said bot would be better for your form, yeah. And not only your form, but how do you think this matchup goes here?
I know Lucian because I used to main Lucian like when I first started playing. Cause I know he's one of the stronger like ADCs early on in terms of that. So I imagine he'd be pushing them in, especially like Zyra there. Zyra can be pretty tough, like a tough poker, I find.
Yeah.
So I just kind of guessed that like for the most part they would be more pushed in. Plus it would be like better for my form. So that was kind of like the 2 things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is spot on. I mean, you didn't exactly know what's going on top, but your bot lane analysis is spot on. Like Lucian stronger than Aphelios, at least early. Aphelios will outscale him, and then Zyra is like a much better. I mean, not it's just a poking kind of support. Renata is like a what is she? She's kind of everything. But she's not as good as poking, right? Not pushing the wave basically, because supports can help push the wave, like the minions in. So and bot lane like to do that, so they get like the level advantage, or just if whoever has more minions, like in it's hardest to trade in lane, right? If the enemy has 10 minions and you have 5 and you fight, the 10 minions will do more damage to you than your 5, right? So you lose bad trades. So that might be something to consider. But then like you said, so they'll push in, so you could gank, right? You have nice gank angles bot lane, right? These walls right here, or maybe even this wall. You have these 2, right? So that's good.
Right.
Okay, and then last thing. Yeah, so top is like probably not. Every time you see Kayle, it's usually don't go there. Like for both teams. Like if Kale's on your team versus Aurelia, I still wouldn't go there, because what that means is okay. Let's imagine Kayle. Let's flip the top laners. Okay, you have Kayle. If you have Kayle, your Kayle will be like here, sitting at tower, while Aurelia's here, right? You could gank, right? But then think about what does Kayn and Kayle do against Aurelia? This is you both have a slow, right? You have your W and she has her Q, and that's about it. And
Aurelia has a lot of like dashes.
She dashes. She can stun you guys. It's just because Kale's so useless that even though you're 2v1, like Kale's not really a 1. It's like you and even you're not that strong until form, right? So you guys are just like 2 weak champions versus a strong one. And it's not just Aurelia, right? Because she's pushing, or like I said for bot lane, it's all, if Aurelia is pushing, she's gonna have like a lot of minions. So the minions will help her, win the fight as well. So Usually a good rule of thumb is if there's KL, just don't go there. If she's on your team, if she's on enemy team, usually don't go there. But like I said, you could go there if there's a dive, but usually don't go there. Okay, last lane is mid lane. What do you think about mid?
Mid lane is probably like my least like knowledgeable in terms of like my confidence on knowing what to do. Like I know Yasuo, like it really depends on the player. It feels like some Yasuo players are really good, and some are kind of iffy. And same with Fizz too. Like I notice like there's Fizzes I'll go against that feel like they're untouchable, and then like there's other Fizzes that will feed or whatever. So that one's kind of iffy. I never really know with mid lane, especially with that matchup too.
I would agree with you. But you know what happens with iffy lanes? That means that usually means whoever gets a kill first will win or something. So
right.
That means you want to help it if you can, but the problem is you're Kayn, so you're not the like mid lane, one of the hardest lanes for you to gank. Like I mean, you can come through this wall and Yasuo just runs this way, right? And you come through the top wall where Yasuo just runs the ball away. So it's usually
If I'm top side, I try to. If I can get behind the bottom wall up by the river on the right side.
You're talking about this? Oh, yeah.
Like that, yeah. I'll try to get behind there, and then
or even
like, I can kind of either go over or.
But I mean, they can see you.
Like,
they can see you, and then they can just walk the other side. Usually.
Yeah.
Less so in low elo, so maybe they don't. Some people don't even know what the orb means, like the orb through the wall. But
yeah, I did notice that.
But as you go higher up, everyone will know. They'll see the orb, and then they'll just walk away. So,
yeah.
It's better if your mid laner has CC. So Fizz doesn't have CC until level 6, right? So really, you mostly would ignore it unless you see like they're really low or something. Like you could flash Q and get a kill or something. Otherwise, probably not. But if Fizz is level 6, then you start visiting. Same if you had Yasuo. Yasuo's level 6 also, right? Yasuo has no CC until his Q, but not much CC until his level 6.
For the lanes that are basically gone, like say like that level 6, say if Yasuo's like 3 or 4 now, would that still be something I would even try to do, or just try to like mitigate?
Wait, sorry, can you say that again?
So say if like by that point like level 6 Yasuo's already basically won the lane, like Yasuo's like 5-0 or something, would I even bother? Or
it would depend. It would depend. Okay, so like if he was like 2-0, it's possible. 5-0, it's probably not possible. So it really depends.
Just kind of try to get wins ever like somewhere else, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, you can judge. It's not only the score that matters, right? Like what if Yasuo's 5-0, but Fizz is like 4-4? Like maybe he got kills on the like bot lane or something.
Right.
You judge. You just look at like his items and you look at Fizz's items, and obviously you know your own items, right? And then you kind of judge: do you have the damage to kill Yasuo? That comes with experience. Just looking at items and levels on items and levels. Yeah, I mean, and HP and everything really. It depends. But if it's like you said, 5-0, probably not. But and then like I said, maybe if Fizz is like 4-4, that's okay. Okay. Actually, well, the last thing is, I said the last thing. There's actually one more last thing. The most important, actually, is the jungle matchup. I usually look at the jungle matchup first, so I don't know why I skipped it this time. But what do you think about Kayn versus Sejuani?
It is a funny one because that's like one of the few times I don't fight much Sejuani, so I was kind of like iffy going into that in the first. Like I figured Red Kayn would be pretty good against her no matter what in terms of 1v1ing potential and stuff. But like Blue Kayn, obviously, it's very tricky, and you'll see it later on in the match. It's pretty tricky for me to actually stun on her and kill her because she can just stun me and walk away, or if she's tanky enough to do so, or she can set up kills. But it didn't feel like this one was like necessarily crazy in terms of skill. Like there's some.
Okay. Well, from what you're saying, it's mostly talking about like late game. I'm actually talking about early game, like level 1 to 4. How do you think?
Honestly, I don't really know because like that was like my first time fighting Sejuani in like a long time.
Okay.
Personally, so I don't even know much about the champion.
So Sejuani is actually like kind of strong for a tank. Like most tank junglers are weak. Like think a Mumu or something. I mean, even a Mumu can be strong, but they're generally not that strong. And Kayn can get away with. Kayn might not beat them, but Kayn can get away with like fighting them just for orbs and then running away without dying. Sejuani does fall in that category to some extent. It depends how she plays it. So she has a lot of CC to buy time for her allies to come and then kill you. She might be able to even kill you eventually. I mean, you could obviously run away, but if you just sit there and fight her, she might be able to kill you eventually. Actually, but usually Kayn versus tanks, like just if you're not sure about Sejuani, at least she's a tank, right? he usually likes
Yeah.
to fight tanks just because tanks don't really kill you 1v1, so you just get free orbs off her. Even though you're going blue, right? I mean, orbs are nice. So you just think about it like that. It also means
Yeah,
like
I could start off my orbs and then like finish it with blue too.
Yeah,
I guess with that.
it also means that you don't need to be afraid of counter jungling that much. Like, you can try to take her camps, and then if she finds you, whatever, she's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough talk about the early. So you're gonna start here. I think it's fine to start here and gank bot, and if it doesn't work, then see. Yeah, I think it's good. Then we'll press play, and then focus on you. Oh no, I don't. Do I? Let me see. No. Sometimes I do talk about level 1 invades, but this game, it doesn't. I don't think any team should invade any team. So actually, you leave this ward here. Why do you leave that ward there?
I usually just do that in case, for God forbid, they
invade
come
you?
up and like that's kind of what I'm scared of. But I guess like Sejuani shouldn't be able to kill me anyway. But I've had times where like 3 of them come up and just like annihilate me or almost annihilate me.
You mean like by the time red's here, like late invade you?
Yeah, like sometimes. I guess it could be like a low elo like thing.
No, it's actually a high elo strategy, but there's like thought to it. Like if they're usually it's like if they're top level, if they're level 2, what do you call it? If they're level 1, if these 2 are stronger than you 2, which they are not, because Kayle is not strong, right?
Right.
And then you also count mid too, and then I mean both mids are kind of useless level 1, so so they wouldn't do it. If this was like Graves and then Darius, then Graves and Darius are pretty strong, or
I've had a Darius come down quite a few times and just like wreck me in that bush a few times.
Yeah. So you gotta, but it's not an every game thing. It's you gotta look at the like champions. Who are they?
Right.
But also the counter to that is you just start Raptors because then they waste their time here, like and then you finish Raptors before they take red. Or well, it depends on if top leash is really hard, then they might actually get red. But it's still a kind of a counter because you take,
Should I hold on to my ward, do you think, then? Or do you think I should ward, like, maybe the enemy Raptors?
I think it depends on the game. So this game, you don't, this, like, who cares? They're not, I don't think they're going to, if they invade you, they'd lose. I mean, well, okay, no.
Yeah.
If they invade you and you're solo doing red here, then even then it's not, it's a 50-50. But, I mean, if you start Raptors, then you just win.
Okay.
Your ward is good, because if you use the ward here, after you full clear, you're not going to have a ward. So
yeah,
it's sometimes nice to just like leave a ward here, like gank bot, and then after you gank them or before you gank them, you can leave a ward. So you can leave a ward before you gank them if you think Sejuani might counter gank, because maybe Sejuani started here. So then when you gank bot, you want to see if Sejuani is coming to counter gank.
Yeah.
Or even if you started here, right? You leave a ward here because after your gank, whatever happens, you get a kill or not. So Sejuani will probably gank top and then recall, and then she might come here, and then she might think to gank bot, but then you left the ward for them. So the second ward the later ward, it can be useful.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you invade with Kayn ever? Like, invade?
Not typically. I only really invade if I know they're invading me. Like my bottom. If I see them on my bottom, then I'll do like a quick.
Okay.
Invade.
Let me tell you a strategy.
But for the most part.
Well, actually, let's play. Do you know how to tell where Sejuani starts?
No.
Okay, let's try it right now. Guess.
I guessed that it was bottom and that she started bottom and path top, but since I don't really know much about the champion, I don't really know what ideally what would be like her start. But I just kind of guessed because like most low elo junglers start like bottom and go top.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair guess, but let's try to see if okay, now guess.
I guess she would have started bottom because there's no ADC or support.
And then you see Kayle here, right?
Yeah.
So that she doesn't need a leash, right? She could do leashless, but since there's no bot lane and since top lane's like she came out of the bush, Kayle was here the whole time. So
yeah,
it's most likely that bot lane is leashing her here, right?
Right. Yeah,
and then
makes sense.
so what can you do with that information? You could risk it by after you do red.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see your cooldown. So it works out. It depends on your cooldown. So you don't queue the red, or you can. No, well, hold on. Let me watch you. Oh, look how you. Oh, you queue. Yeah, you could queue it, I guess. No, I would not. Oh, I would have smited it. Oh, I know because you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I know because you want the smite for wolves, right?
Yeah.
But here you change your plan because okay, let's see. Let me go back on. It's time sensitive though. I'm gonna look at you. Right, so right now, as you're doing red, you're looking here and you're looking here on the mini map. You don't have to actually like not like the camera, but like on the mini map, you just you know look. You want to know, is she starting here or is she starting here, and then you base it off of the laners. So do red. Once you see Kayle, you can smite this. Let me see. Yeah, you smite this. You're kind of wasting a little bit, right? Because 600 smite, but not that much. You smite it. You walk here, because now you have Q and E. So level 2, right? You have Q and E. You Q this wall. You E here. You could E to blue or Gromp or Wolves. Wolves is kind of weird. No, mostly blue or Gromp. And you take them because you know she started here, and it's very rare for someone to do red to blue. Very rare. Well, okay. Depends on champions. Well, no, most champions just don't do it unless they know you're invading, which they would if they have like a ward here. They need a ward here.
Right.
This ward wouldn't actually see you if you queue this wall and then you walk this way. A ward here won't actually see this path. So, yeah, most of the time you'll get away with this. And then another reason why you would get away with this is even if she does red to blue, even if she does. See, you're not supposed to use this ward here. This is another reason why. You go over here, you can E here, you leave a ward here. So if you leave a ward here, you'll see her coming. And then you can take blue, and then you can take Gromp. And even while you take Gromp, you'll see if she's here. Because really, what she should do, right, is she should do red, Krugs, Raptors, right? Kind of like you're gonna do that, I'm assuming. So like most junglers will do that, and Sejuani will probably do that too. Red, Krugs, Raptors. So she's spending all this time here. So that will give you time to take blue and Gromp. And after you take Gromp, this is from experience, but she'll be like here or somewhere here.
Right.
You'll see her here if she's going for blue, or you won't see her because she'll be on wolves, or you won't see her because actually she's over here. So I mean, this is from my experience. Yeah. Because I do this a lot, so I have experience with how it works out. So since you don't do it, you might not know the timings. But the more you do it, the more you'll learn. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then if she does,
I'm more worried about like I guess making a mistake and just kind of getting fucked up like early on if like they do show up. But I guess if I save that ward, then I would see them like a mile away and be able to kind of react.
And you can react. Usually you would actually just leave, and it would cut your losses in a lot of cases. Because if she does red to blue, first of all, she might have done red without smite, like because she gets a bot lane leash, right? So if you get a bot leash, a lot of times you can just do red and you don't need to smite. And then since I told you to smite this, right? So since you smited this, you don't have smite. You don't want a smite battle here. So a lot of times you just leave and cut your losses. Like you hope to reset the blue because your ward is here. So once you see her, you leave immediately, and then the blue will reset. So you don't actually leave her. Your other option is just to fight her if you think you can win. Remember what I said is you don't have to be scared of her because she's just a tank.
Yeah.
And level 2, the problem is you don't know what Sejuani does, but she really wants level 3. Like level 2 Sejuani doesn't really do anything. So you can actually just fight her. You wouldn't kill her, she wouldn't kill you, but you would get form points. That's it. You just get form points, and then you leave. You don't take any camps, you just leave. So either way, it's a win, right? Either way, you get the blue. One option is you get the blue, you get the Gromp. The other option, if she just goes red to blue, is you don't get blue, but you get to fight her and you get some orbs. So it's like a win-win. But I mean, the worst option is, okay, let's say she's a stronger jungler. Maybe not Sejuani. Maybe Lee Sin, which is actually like the worst possible situation, right? Lee Sin beats you here. If it's Lee Sin, you just leave. You don't even fight him, and you just leave, cut your losses. You wasted some time here. You wasted some time here, but it's not the end of the world because you know where Lee Sin is. Your whole team knows where Lee Sin is. He did red, he did blue, and the only way for Lee Sin to get level 3 is he has to do Gromp too. So for at least a few seconds, you know Lee Sin, your whole team knows where Lee Sin is. So even in the worst case scenario, it's not terrible, right? You waste time, but at least your whole team knows what Lee Sin is doing for the early game.
Right.
And then it's just rare, right? Not many junglers do red to blue anyways. So most of the time this works. Yeah, I'm just showing you an option. That's why I wanted you to to guess where is Sejuani. It's important, but it's also important because now you know she'll probably do a full clear and be here when you're here. That's it's good. It's just good to have information. I'll show you how that might help you later. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely don't do that live. I never even sometimes I'll kind of glance up and be like, oh yeah, they're probably pushing, but that was pretty obvious when you put it like.
No, and then one more thing I asked you is I asked you, do you ever invade? See, when you said no, that's actually a big problem that you could work on, that it can help your game, because Kayn is actually really good at invading. He's weak, he loses to most junglers 1v1, but he's mobile. You have Q, you have E, so you get to go in and you get to go out really fast. So you can take you take blue, you can take Gromp, and then you just leave, and then you can take your Krog. You have a lot of options. You could recall and take these camps, or you could just continue doing your Krogs down here, or you could gank top. You're a very versatile jungler because you have Q and an E. So it's hard for other junglers to match you in macro play because you're just faster than them.
Okay.
Just a thought though. Oh, let me see.
So here I ganked because I noticed it was pretty low, but or I seen Lucian for a second that was low. I think that was what made me go in the first place.
Let me see. But, the problem is you're level 3, so yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, he did use his dash, but yeah, this looks doable.
I think I do end up with a kill, but yeah, it is pretty risky. It's.
And not the kill that you were initially going for. I think it's not bad, honestly. Let me look one more time. Let me see. When did you see it? Because you finished blue. I guess it was before blue.
Yeah, it was kind of right as I was finishing blue is when I noticed Lucian was.
Oh, they killed a long time ago. They killed before you did wolves. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be better if you didn't do blue, actually. So let me see. Yeah.
Just E rate to it.
So I would have just finished the wolves, not E, because when you E now and then you can't E here, right? Right now, if you're gonna E now, you're not gonna be able to E for the bot gank, and you want to be bot now. Think about it. When you clear blue, does that help your gank at all?
No, not at all. I think that was the issue. I didn't even notice it until right as I was finishing it. That's when I kind of looked and glanced and oh, he's low health. I'm gonna.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, I see. You didn't see beforehand. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of that's more me just not checking, I guess.
Okay. I mean, it still works out for you, but yeah. If I were doing this, I would not do blue. Yeah, do it first.
Yeah, I should have looked as I was.
And then actually, if you think about it, if you did go earlier, maybe Renata doesn't die because Renata did die here, right?
Yeah.
And then the problem with your timing right now is Aphelios is here. By the time you come, Aphelios is here, which technically is good, but it's also bad because usually when let's say Renata didn't die and then Aphelios came back, that's usually when the bot lane will leave because Aphelios is he comes back with at least full HP, right? And maybe he buys an item. I guess he bought this. So then usually the bot lane will be low. Lucian was really low, right? He's not gonna stay here with full HP Aphelios. So you want to come here actually before Aphelios scares them away. Right? Okay. See, right now they're kind of running. I don't even think there's a ward here. They're just running because of Aphelios right now, actually. So if you came earlier, then they wouldn't even notice. Yeah. But I mean, it works out for you. So I'm just. But we're not resolved.
Then the reason I queued into that bush because I was oh, maybe Lucian's hiding in here, but I don't know why I thought that because he disappeared so fast. I was oh, maybe he's hiding, but. No,
I mean, to be fair, I thought he would. I mean, you don't know which bush. He could technically be here too, so it's kind of
right.
But I think I like your thinking though. So I think a lot of loyal Kayns would just full clear no matter what. So since you did skip Gromp, which is good. You saw the what do you call it? The opportunity. It's just I would have
Yeah.
saw the opportunity even before blue. So I mean, we both saw the opportunity, just at slightly different times. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had seen it sooner, I probably possibly could have killed both.
I'm
No
interested
way.
why you don't take crab here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I wasn't really thinking. I think I was just on autopilot after that.
Okay, because like okay, because like we said, right, we knew Sejuani started here, so she probably full cleared and took this crab, which means she wouldn't bother you here. I mean, yeah, you wasted what time is it? 4:08, so it's pretty late, right? It spawned 40 seconds ago, but she's probably like here, maybe recalled. If she wants the crab, she would have to do this crab and then run all the way here, which you would see her through mid lane. I mean, she might take this weird long path, but then it would take her too long to actually get to the crab.
Yeah,
so you could.
that makes sense. Yeah, because I guess she just gets 2 crabs for free, basically for now, because I didn't push it.
Wait, which lane are you talking about? Bot lane or?
She got she got like 2 crabs for free because I didn't.
Oh, yeah. See, here she is now. She did what I said, right? Oh wait, no. When did she get the crab? Actually, wait, a while ago. No, the crab was still up while you're at Krugs. See, so you recalled and you ran all the way here, and the crab was still there. So because, like I said, she needs to recall. Yeah, you gave her a free crab, and the crab could help, right? Because not only does it give you gold, like Sejuani can't gank bot, at least from this angle, right? She has to go here at least, yeah. So that's why I'm saying it's important. Like I want to know, like at the beginning of the game, is she starting red? Because it's important so you can counter juggle her. It's also important so you can know it's safe to take the crab, even though it's a late crab. It's also important because you can like ping your Aurelia, like, hey, be careful, Sejuani will gank you at 3:30, or you could ping your top laner, which sometimes helps. I mean, sometimes they ignore you, but sometimes they actually listen and like they might ward or something when you ping.
Yeah.
And what are you recalling for here? Do you have a big item? Or?
I think I just like cleared that, and I was like, oh, there's nothing I could really do in my head, so I was like, I'll just clear or I'll just recall and then back, because I've heard it's better to recall and go to like your next camps from the recall thing.
It depends. Well, it depends on what you're buying. Let's see. I mean, yeah, let's see what you're buying.
I think I either buy like D-Blade or Longsword, maybe. I
think if it's just a Longsword, it's not really worth it. Oh, D-Blade? It's close, but I would rather just, because if you just look at the distance, this is much shorter than recall timer and this, right?
Yeah.
It's I think what you're doing is like 10 seconds slower, and 10 seconds can mean a lot when you're looking at this, right? Because right now you could actually, so if you didn't recall, I think you'd already be on wolves. I don't think you would finish it. No, yeah, you would just.
I guess my mindset was like I can stay on the map long, like I could do wolves and then cromp and then maybe gank. But if like I moved from there, I was like less confident. Like, oh, maybe like, because like D-Blade I find just helps me survive more. Like if I make a mistake, I can kind of get away.
No, I mean, I obviously items are better than no items, right? Even if it's just a longsword, it's better. Whatever item you buy, I mean, it's better than not having the item, right? But we're looking at the cost. The cost is the time. So like I'm saying, this costs you 10 seconds. This costs you 10 seconds, which you would be here instead of here. I don't think you would finish the wolves, but what I'm saying is maybe you could just come gank this right now. Maybe I think is she dead? I think she's dead.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. But usually you recall if you don't think anything's gonna happen, or if you think something big is gonna happen, not in the short term, but like the medium term. Like maybe you think there's dragon soon, so you really want to buy something so you can fight for the dragon. But really, what you're recalling for is nothing much. Like you're probably just going to farm this. You're maybe going to gank bot, and that's it. That's it. So the item doesn't really help you here. But well, let's see. Yeah, she did die. And to be fair, this is not even that gankable. I mean, it is gankable, but let's see. No, I mean this is pretty gankable actually. So this is your cost, right? You can't gank this now.
Right.
Like you would be
Yeah, makes
you would be
sense.
here by now, or like ready to come in, right? Yeah, you would actually, yeah, you'd be just on time. I think if you didn't recall for this, you know the time that you saved, you and you skip bowls, you would already be ready. You would be ready to start right now coming into here. So
Yeah.
you can see your cost. So yeah, what you're saying, I wouldn't. I'm not saying never do this. There actually are lots of situations where you would do what you did. So, but you gotta think about. It's kind of like you gotta kind of predict the future. So, think about what am I buying this D-Blade for? Am I doing something in the later future, or do I want to do something in the closer future? And right now, the closer future. This is what happened that you missed.
Right.
Which, to your credit, I mean, you might still be able to come here if they stay, but really they could just leave and recall right now, right? They could.
Yeah.
Which I think they are. So if they do that, it proves my point. If they don't, then I guess my point. But my point still stands, even if they don't recall. Yeah, it's still. I don't think you catch them now, right? And this is literally the result of 10 seconds. You wasted 10 seconds on the recall. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I
But
guess my ability to like know what's gonna like my because I guess if I knew like wave management, I could probably be like, oh yeah, they're gonna be crashing.
yeah.
Pushing it.
So I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to show you.
Yeah,
What you
makes
do, it makes sense. And then in some games I would do what you did, but not in this one, just because I'm looking at kind of what's going on. It's not only the wave state, but you just kind of look at like sometimes you can move your camera and then you can see what are they doing. It looks like does it look like they're trying to fight? Does it look like they're pushing, or does it look like they're playing passive? Like you can kind of see through body language. Like right now, body language, it looks like they're passive, right? I mean, because Lucian was like 1 HP and he recalled, so obviously she's 1v2. She's you see she's walking this way. The minions are walking this way, right? You see these guys, they look very it's hard to describe in words, but it's easier to show like in the picture. Like body language was what I'm talking about. Like what do they look like they're doing? Do they look like they're aggressive or passive?
Right.
But also the minions. See, so then now you're just farming, which again you could have just done anyways, right? But this deep blade actually does nothing that
Yeah. I think Kale just kind of sits on her tower and just gives me the kill here.
Yeah. I think she accepted.
I was like,
either she DC'd or she already used Go, so she can't go anywhere. That's good. Actually, I think that was the best you could do. I don't think going earlier would have. Well, let me see. It's always good to see. I'm not completely sure. Sorry. So it would be before Aurelia dies. It would be here. No, hold on, one more. So you cleared. Okay, you cleared. Oh, wait, why is it? Oh, you hit that. Actually, one more. Sorry. Okay, you cleared. You didn't have raptors. I guess Johnny stole them. And then. You look fine right now still. So here's where you have to make a decision. You look here and you gotta guess what is gonna happen after this.
Right.
There's two options. Kayle could continue pushing into the tower, like poke Aurelia, because Kayle right now is level 7. Aurelia's level 6. So I said Kayle was weak only until level 6, really. So once she gets level 6, she starts to get kind of strong. I mean, she's not that strong, but kind of, because she's now ranged, right? But not only that, she's a level up plus a lot of minions. So what that means is she will win most trades, right? She like just 1v1, she will beat Aurelia right now. So she might want to poke Aurelia, but it's only maybe. The other option is she might just want to recall, or she might want to ward. Like usually when laners push in their lane, those are the options. Like they continue poking or the ward, because she might be afraid that you're going to gank her, so she'll go ward it.
Right.
And then the other option is if she continues pushing, that might mean it's already warded. Because it's pretty, unless they can outplay you, it's usually not smart for laners to push without warding, where the jungler will gank them. So You got to think, can you gank her even if it's warded? And you're Kayn, so usually yes, right? Because if she wards this, it doesn't matter. You have E. I mean, if she's standing here, even if she sees you, you could still catch her, right? Same if there's a ward here, it doesn't matter. You just ether here, or you're just so fast that wards don't actually matter that much. Like if Kayle is here, so you could try ganking her here, but it would be wasted time if she just recalls, right? Maybe she just wants to recall so you kind of just have to. See, if I'm looking at this, I don't know what Kayle's gonna do. I'm saying she could do any of those, and I don't actually know what she'll do. So you just continue watching. But then if you E here, you throw away the option, right? Because once you E here, you can't. Your E is such a long cooldown, right? 20 seconds. So usually you don't want to E with purpose. Like you really want to think about when you E. Like Q and W is whatever, but E is what you got to think about. So once you E here, it's just like kind of like the bot lane thing, right? When you're at Wolves, once you E here, then you can't gank bot. Similar concept here. Once you E this wall, that means you're not ganking this. So I would have just like maybe hit red, Q red, and then keep looking top. And then if top looks gankable, then you skip red and then you E there. But see, remember what I said a few seconds ago? I don't know what Kayle will do. She might push, she might ward, she might recall. But 5 seconds later, now I know what Kayle wants to do, because 5 seconds later, you see her body language. She's continuing going this way, and Aurelia is falling back. So her body language clearly shows she wants to go forward, not backwards. So then this would be your cue to come in and gank it. Just showing you how to read lanes. I guess that might be your biggest weakness.
Yeah, I use E a lot because like sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's like it feels like I have my blue E where I'm like able to do it in 5 seconds, and I just kind of forget like, oh yeah, I gotta wait 20 seconds basically for E to come back up.
And then I wouldn't hit the plant, or in most cases I wouldn't hit the plant. So why did you hit the plant?
I just did it as a check. I guess I don't really know when are good times.
Oh, but what are you checking?
Honestly, I don't even know. I guess to see if Sejuani's going through the river, but I mean, she can't even really gank anyone right now that I'm looking at.
Yeah, because
so I guess it was just autopilot.
But and do you know that the enemy can see the plant too?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Can they see it on the map? Like,
yeah, I'll show you. Well, I'll show you what the enemy sees and what do it again. So this is the enemy right now. Wait, I don't know if you used the plant yet. Was it 15? I think it's. Okay, I need to see where you are first. I don't want to waste. Okay, the plant's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bullet was like this is what the enemy sees. Okay. Even there, do you see on the map? They can see it.
Yeah.
Like even on the map, it shows. Yeah. So if anyone looking on the map, they know you're here now. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, to your credit, you're not ganking anyways. You already used your E, right? So, but like if you were ganking, then they would back out. Or this means. If I'm the Sejuani now, I think, okay, maybe I'll try to do a dragon with my bot lane, right? Because we all know Kayn is here. So free dragon. Yeah, that's the problem with you hitting that. It causes a lot of problems, or it can cause a lot of problems. So I wouldn't hit the plant unless there's a reason for it. Like sometimes there's a reason for it, but that's why I asked you, why are you hitting it? I can't think of a reason here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another thing about it, I didn't even know they could see it. Like without, I thought they had to have vision in that area before they could even see it. But I guess they just see it on the map. No matter what.
It's a double-edged sword. Like it gives you vision, but it also tells them where you are. And then you see, they actually did fight. And then if you did skip red, you would have gotten this as well. Yeah.
Right.
Which actually no, you got it anyways, right? But if you skipped red, maybe it really didn't die because actually it was a close fight. They were both really low, so you might have saved Aurelia's life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I guess if that Kayle was like looking at the map, she would have been like, "Oh, Kayn's coming, I can just back off."
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, she would have killed Aurelia and then just ran away. Actually, but she wasn't looking.
Yeah, she didn't even really.
Right.
Luckily for me, I guess she didn't.
I mean, everyone makes mistakes. You make mistakes, and they make mistakes. Yeah. But
Yeah, that's my biggest thing too. Is like knowing what are mistakes that are like hard mistakes that like I guess it's easy to make like to know like oh yeah she's obviously screwing up because she's pushed in, but like small mistakes where I can take advantage of are my biggest thing too, like where I can't really tell.
Or I'm showing you your own mistakes too. Like I'm thinking if you played the game, you don't even think top was a mistake that you made. You probably I assume.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm showing you actually if you didn't use E here and you skipped the red, you actually could have. And same with bot. Like if you skipped the blue, maybe who is this? Renata doesn't die. Maybe it's hard to say, but yeah, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I get screwed up pretty hard here.
You got the kill to your credit. Yeah, it wasn't looking good. let me. Oh, you don't play against Sejuani, so obviously.
Down, I guess that was my thing. So I was like, oh, there's no way, yeah, so he just run me down, but he did. He just killed me.
There's no way Yasuo runs you down. Do you know what Yasuo does?
Not entirely. Other than like, I know he has like a passive shield, his tornado and stuff, but like I've never really had, I guess, a Yasuo just like walk me down with no like R or anything up. I figured, oh, like if he doesn't have R.
Okay, so the thing to know is look at his Q is most of his damage. So look at his Q. It's a 2-second cooldown. It's just a 2-second cooldown. And then if he lands 2 Qs, the third Q is a knock-up, right? So all he has to do is Q you, which takes 4 seconds, right? 2 Qs, and then he needs to wait 2 seconds, so 6 seconds. But then on the 6th second, he gets to use his knock-up Q, right? And then after his knock-up Q, then he also has his R. Actually, he doesn't have his R right now, but I don't know, But sometimes he will, and then.
Yeah, do you think I should just avoid that then? Like right when I get to that point, just kind of turn around.
Yeah, because look at Fizz. Fizz is walking away. Yeah. I think if Fizz was Fizz was already losing, right? Let's see what Fizz was doing actually. Hold on, I didn't know how did this happen. Oh, okay, Fizz is fine. Oh, Fizz. Okay, he's just poking Sejuani. And then you see, actually, they're both walking away. So you have a choice to make. I mean, you saw Yasuo, right? Because Yasuo was here. So you have a choice to make. Do you think you can kill her? I think it's close. I think you can kill her, actually.
That was my idea. I was like, oh, I can kill her and then get away. But then I got stunned, and then Yasuo was there, and it just kind of turned messy, I guess.
Well, she doesn't have ult. When did she? Okay, I don't know where she must have used it somewhere else. She didn't use it on Fizz, so. She has 2 assists. I wasn't.
I knew I had item advantage, so I was like, I can kill her in terms of 1v1ing if like we fought, but like, yeah. Yeah, I
think you if you can kill her now, it's worth it. If you can't kill her now, when I say now, like within like 1 or 2 seconds, once she moves away, Kayn and especially Blue Kayn, they like shorter fights rather than longer. Like assassins, right? Assassins, they just want to go in and go out. They don't want to play a 5-second, 10-second fight. You know who likes long fights? Yasuo likes long fights because Yasuo his Q is 2 seconds, right? So he gets to keep queuing the entire fight. Your cooldowns are like 4, 5, 6 seconds, right? Oh, I mean, right now it's 5 and 10. 5 and 10. So you just want to use it once and then finish. But Yasuo just queues you forever. So that's why I think if you can kill her. And I'm wondering why you don't open with W.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like there's been times where people like sidestep it, so I try to like lock them down before I use my W, but I should have. It would have slowed her.
Yeah, slower, and then makes it easier for you to land your Q because she's not going to dodge. She could sidestep, but she can only sidestep it in one direction. So you can kind of aim it like right here. It her body's pretty big, so you get to aim it like here. So even if she sidesteps, she gets hit by it. If she doesn't sidestep it, she also gets hit by it. So it's pretty easy to hit her because there's a wall here. She only has one place to go, right? So not only that, the W would also hit Yasuo too, which doesn't really matter, but it's nice. And then she would be slowed. Then your W lands, and then actually it does matter if you W Yasuo, you might kill Sejuani with just WQ smite, and then you can ult Yasuo. Maybe I like this close. I don't actually know because she doesn't have her passive right now. Her passive's down, which gives her tankiness, and she has like no. It's just this. So, and you're pretty strong, right? Yeah. So, I think if you open with W and you try, it's good. It's also if you open with W, like I said, if you kill her or not, at least you can ult Yasuo later. It's an option. But here you miss Q, right, which is big damage. Q hit no one. It didn't even hit Yasuo. And then you ult Sejuani, which still doesn't kill her, right? Because you've only hit her with, what did you hit her with? Just smite? Did you? Oh no, you hit her with W later, right? Did you?
I hit her with the W like as she was walking, and then I think I R her and then Q into her. Like me and Fizz kind of just pinch her.
One more time, sorry. So you Q nothing. Okay, you W her, You ult her. Okay. And then you need like another Q, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I'm looking at it now, and I flashed into her.
Oh,
I don't
did
know
you?
why I did that. Like to get into range, I used the flash. I don't
Oh,
even know why I
okay.
did that. I think it was just to get into range. Because if I had my flash up, I could have got out of that pretty easily. I think afterwards.
Yeah, but really the big problem is just not you just open with W, then this becomes much easier.
Yeah.
Or you could flash earlier. You could flash Q because you missed your first Q was the problem here. You didn't need to Q because you could still E over here, right? I mean, if they hit you, then not really, but you still have time. So your
Yeah,
Q
that's
is too
true.
early as well. Yeah. Okay. I mean, 1-for-1 is not bad, and you get some orbs. It is red orbs, but.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but not actually that good because you had a shutdown because you had 2 kills and then
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty greedy play.
and then the other bad thing is you got to think about what happens if you die. See, you dying is worse than Sejuani dying because you have 3 camps to do while she only has 2 camps to do. So the cost of death is like an invisible cost. What else could you be doing if you weren't dead? Versus what else could she be doing? So you slightly worse. You have 1 more camp than her to be doing.
So is it good to go for the play, but then just kind of realize when it's a dead play, and then?
Well, 2 options. Yeah, well, it's hard for me to give you. Yeah, well, like I said, when I saw Fizz walking away and Sejuani walking away, that's usually when you want to walk away. But Sejuani looked really low, so I think if you played it better, it's a micro problem. If you played it better, I think you could have gotten it. But also running away, I wouldn't fault you for running away. If it depends on your confidence, right? Your micro confidence here. Yeah. If you're confident, then I think you could try it. But especially since you had everything, right? You had flash, you had smite, and you had ult. You had everything. So I think if you were confident, you could do it. But I wouldn't fault you for just walking out because Yasuo was full HP and then Fizz was half HP. So yeah, both were okay. I think it just depends.
Okay.
So they took tower, so you kind of know they're around, right? I think that was pretty good. Because you didn't, yeah, I think that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. I think you had the right idea. Like you skip. Sorry, what did you say?
Like once I got in there and Lucian E'd out of there, I was like, oh, I don't know if I could kill him. So like I didn't want to like all in it after, but I figured, at least if I could push him off and get orbs at the same time.
Yeah. Let me look one more time though. There's 2 options, right? You could fight Zyra, but you don't have ult, so and she has E, I believe. Let's see.
Yeah, I was worried like maybe she stuns me and then Lucian just comes around, kills me. But if I skipped her, I could maybe quickly get the Lucian, take him out, or at least get a few hits on.
Yeah. I think both would be. I mean, I wouldn't fault.
I guess I got a flash out, so I think I was happy.
No, that's successful. Actually, they both flashed. Actually, I mean, well, he died, but yeah, no, nothing to say. I think either one you did, I think would have been okay. I wouldn't really fault you here.
I just kind of went for the cannon there. I was just like, oh, let's get the wave out because I wasn't sure if I could kill Yasuo, especially after like what happened. But I mean, I guess it's items. If I had everything up, maybe if I played it well.
Maybe. What did you have ult? I'll go back.
Not sure.
Oh, sorry. So the main things to look for is, well, he has passive. This is the white thing. He gets a shield if you hit him, and then you want to see if he's glowing because then that's his knock-up Q.
Okay.
He's not glowing, so yeah, you can fight him. But yeah, let me see. Right now, you can fight him. We'll see what he does, but because he's not glowing, and obviously you have a tower, so if he even hits you, the tower will hit him, right? He's not gonna hit you back. At least here.
Yeah.
Once you get like here, he'll hit you. So right now, yeah. Well, you don't have ult, right? You don't have ult. Oh, it's really close.
Yeah.
6 seconds. That's a little long. Yeah, 6
I
seconds.
think my mindset was like I could risk fighting him, but then I would lose like CS there. But I could also guarantee get like a cannon and then like a wave. Was like
yeah, I think if I think
I could kill him, I would have fought him.
Yeah, I don't think you can kill him actually. I think you go for the cannon and then, oh, okay, yeah, fine, sorry. Oh, sorry. You're good. You're good. And then here again, as you do these, you look top body language. You see her body language. She's not leaving, so she's gonna be here. So good. So then you E here, you make the mistake again. If you E here, you can't E here, right?
Yeah.
So you just need to not use your E and just walk. Just walk here. And by the time you walk here, there is a chance KL is gone. There is, but but if you E here, there's zero chance you get this gank. Because how do you gank now? Like the reason Kayn's not the best ganker, but he's good only with his E. If without E, you're one of the worst gankers ever.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess with Kayle is like she's like a weird champion with her ult up. I'm never like confident, and for my mindset, I just hate wasting time. Like, and I'm like, oh, if I waste time up there, then I'm like, not farming or something.
Yeah, I mean, wasting time is bad. No matter who you're playing, right? Well, for junglers especially, time is very important for any jungler. But, and you see, like, how I'm talking is, I never know what will happen. You never, not never, but usually you never really know what happens. You can only like, it's like gambling, but you take good gambles. So like, probably something good will happen.
And like, I mean, if I did go up, like you said, I probably would have killed her too, because she almost 1v1'd him.
Yeah, actually, look at this. She ulted everything. I realized full HP actually. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, Kayle was really healthy, and yeah.
I guess in hindsight, I definitely should have did that.
Yeah. And then it doesn't. She gets it anyways, right? So I guess in hindsight, it doesn't actually matter if she gets it, but just showing what could happen in other games. But also, let's say you didn't use your E here, you just walked, right? You're wasting time. You're wasting like maybe 10 seconds if you walk here and then Kayle recalls. You just walk back and farm. So think about how much time is that? That's about like you wasted maybe 10 seconds actually. And but the thing is, you walk here, Kayle walks away. You still have your E, right? You still have your E because you never used it, so you get to E to your camp at least. So you're not wasting as much time as you really think. You just gotta not always, but you gotta like big cooldowns. You don't use it if there's a possibility that something will happen. And right now there is a possibility, like I said. If Kayle's not even here, then go ahead and farm with your E, right? But yeah.
Okay.
It didn't really matter here because she got it anyways. But I'm wondering, you didn't do your red, or was red not up? Oh, your red wasn't up. Okay.
Yeah. I guess I should have just waited.
I don't know about that. Okay, let me check. Sorry. I don't know the time. What?
I guess my mindset at the time was like, oh, I can get blue, and then I'll get like the home guard, so I can just run back when it does come up too.
No, yeah, you're fine. I mean, it's still not even yellow, so there's like at least 20 seconds here. Yeah, I wasn't looking, so yeah. Or like if I speed it up sometimes, then I miss small things sometimes.
I also use Rift here, I think, because I'm like, oh, there's 20 seconds left, so I'm just going to use it.
Okay.
I don't really know when a good time to use it. When you kill a laner, but
honestly, I forgot you had it, but actually, there wasn't really a good time yet. This is actually probably the best you could do. I mean, ideally you want mid, but actually, yeah. I don't know when. Do you remember when you knew that Rift was running out?
I pinged it like as I was like, I think forming. I think.
Oh, did you?
Something around there. Maybe. I don't know, because I would have like noticed it was low, but
I don't see it in the replay. But I'm just curious, maybe if you remember personally or no. I don't know when you played this game, but
that's the only reason I ran like rushed in, because I was like, oh, I got a Rift like that. I remember thinking that. I guess I didn't ping it, but I thought I pinged it, but because usually that's how I check if like how much time's left.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was just about to say like I prefer mid because you came like here, right? You could have just like gone here.
Yeah,
here.
That makes sense.
Here. So I prefer mid. First of all, it's lower, but second, the main thing is mid tower is worth the most out of all the towers. If you can.
Oh, it is.
Because it just gives the most control of the map. Like if you think about it, once mid tower is gone, the enemy can come into your jungle now because mid tower is the thing protecting like the top jungle from the bottom jungle, right? Or the bottom jungle from
Right.
the top jungle. So, but once mid tower is gone, they can go through both jungles really easily. If they take away top tower, what does that change? That doesn't really change anything. You still have your top jungle. You still have the control of from top to bot or bot to top, right? So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
the mid tower, yeah. If just if you have to use Rift, think about mid first if you can. But this is okay, especially if you can kill Kayle. Actually, I think she has no ult, so
I don't even think I even consider Kayn.
okay, yeah. So remember at the beginning of the game, I told you how do you beat Kayle? It's by diving her. So, and this is not the beginning of the game anymore. This is 13 minutes, level 10. It's much harder to kill her,
Right.
but she doesn't have ult, which I don't know if you know that, but you should know that
I
because
did, yeah.
that's how Aurelia killed her, right? When Aurelia fought up here, okay,
Right.
or even if you weren't watching, usually when people die, they use what they have. So usually, if Kayle dies, she would use ult before she dies. Usually.
Okay.
So it's a good assumption, and the way you can check in game is they're not the same cooldown. I actually don't know the cooldown. Well, this is 140. I think Aurelia's is shorter. It's close, right? Aurelia's is 125. Kayle's is 140. I mean, it's close. So you just look at your Aurelia. Does she have ult? No. Why doesn't she have ult? Because she killed Kayle. So if she killed Kayle, Kayle probably used ult. That's how you can just guess that Kayle doesn't have ult. You just check your own teammate that fought her. So right now she doesn't have ult, which means easy dive because how else does she live? She has one heal. That's it.
Yeah.
And then
true.
Kayn is like the king of diving with his ult, right? Because you can go first, the tower hits you, then you ult, and then the tower goes on Aurelia after, right? So it's not it's pretty good.
Right.
And then the reason this is really good is because of what's happening here, because sometimes you don't want to dive because you don't know where like Sejuani is. Like maybe Sejuani will come and then you're screwed, right? Like Kayle's easy to dive, but Kayle and Sejuani, that's hard.
Yeah.
But we see her like your team is losing like mid and bot right now, so you're making the correct play by going top. Like like these guys are strong. The enemy is strong here. The enemy is weak here. You hit them where they're weak. It's easier than fighting them where they're strong, right? So hit them where they're weak, which is right here. You rifted, or your rift is dead, I guess. But you rifted it, so that adds more power to this. If you kill her, you get to take the tower because the enemies are all here, right? The enemy will take your mid tower and they will take your bot tower, but even if you don't kill Kayle, like you go here, you can't really defend them because your Aphelios is dead. You know the concept I'm trying to tell you, like play where you're strong. You're strong here, but you're weak here, so play here. Yeah.
Okay.
But you have the right idea by taking the camps at least. That's good.
Yeah, I noticed she was up there, and I was like, I'll just take what I can get.
It's kind of how it works though. It's like you should kill Kayle here, and they should kill your teammates here. They should take your tower, and then you should take her tower. They should take your camps, and then you should take their camps, and then that's just kind of how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasted a lot of time, and then Sejuani just came back and pushed me off of her blue.
Oh. Which is okay. You didn't really waste time. You got wolves, right? So.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're fighting her, which is a problem. So.
Yeah.
So far, I like what you're doing, and then let's see when Sejuani comes. Because so before I want you to fight Sejuani for orbs, but you have form now, so you don't want to fight for. There's no orbs to be gained, right? So
yeah.
And then you're what do you call it? You're more fed than her, but just class difference. Like assassins don't do anything to tanks in a lot of cases. If you're red Kayn, you beat her. If you're blue Kayn, you don't. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
But also, we don't know where Yasuo is. So if Yasuo's here, you actually just die.
Yeah.
I think he's not here, but so it's just you got lucky. Like I don't know where Yasuo is right now. He probably recall because he was pushing up with them. So he could. There's no reason for him to be here anymore. Like the camp should be gone, right? Because Sejuani's here. If Sejuani is here, that usually means these are gone. This is actually up, so she didn't take this, but I would assume this is gone too if Sejuani's here, right? Because, like I said, you should take these camps. The enemy should take your camps. So then, just seeing Sejuani is like, oh well, if you want to steal the blue, that's okay, I guess. But yeah,
I didn't even have smite up, to be fair. But,
Oh.
I did. I just didn't do it, I
Okay.
guess. Huh.
Um,
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't think I even took it. To be
yeah.
honest
So the
with
main
you.
problem is, I mean, you lose all. That's all. I mean, that's all. But small things can matter. Like maybe there's gonna be a fight soon, and you don't have ult, so this would have been the problem. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. And then the other problem was, like I said, Yasuo could have been there and you die. But I mean, I guess Yasuo was here. Which
Yeah.
Which means you could try this because Yasuo's here, right? So 3. Oh no, 1, 2. Yasuo, Zyra, 3. Lucian, 4. Kayle, and you also know 5 actually. Like Sejuani, I mean we don't know where she is, but she was here, right? Like so, the last place you see them, you just kind of make like a radius. That's where they could have gone afterwards. So the last place you saw Sejuani was blue buff, right? So she could be here. Okay, but she's obviously not going to be here or here, right? There's no reason to her. So she's going to be here or here.
Okay.
And she could be here. Oh, no, she wouldn't. She wouldn't be here because look at this, right? Nothing's happening here. She could be around to try Rift, yeah, or she could just be going here, right? Or maybe to her team. So it's like 50-50. Again, I don't know where she is, but it's like gambling. So where is she? Well, it's like 50-50. She might come here, or she might just go here. And if she goes here, that's free Rift. And if she comes here, it's still not bad to try because I wasn't paying attention top. I don't know where Kayle is. I mean, maybe if I was paying attention, let me see where it's. Maybe last see Kayle. Okay, Kayle. And this is what you do while you farm. You look at, okay, Kayle's here, and where's the enemy? Oh, okay, the enemy's here. Here. Okay, I see everyone but Sejuani, which probably around here. Okay, Kayle's missing. Okay, then maybe, okay, it's not free, but it's worth a try. You just queue over, hit it. This might not even be warded. If Kayle and Sejuani come, you leave. You leased it for them, but they would have gotten it anyways because if Kayle's here and Sejuani's here, they beat you two. I mean, it's close, but they beat you two. But not only that, Lucian's here. He's low, but Lucian.
Yeah, that was my main thing. I seen Lucian. I was like, oh, I know I could kill him if I can get on him.
Oh yeah, actually,
and I was like, he overstepped, so I was like, I just kind of pushed Lucian.
Yeah, actually, no, sorry. Yeah, I was first. Okay, I talked too much about this. First I looked at this. I think I agree. I mean, I didn't look at Lucian's HP. So, yeah, this is good. Sorry. But I do wonder if you need to flash because I saw him E. So hold on. He ults this, and then he E's. I believe he E's at the very end.
Yeah,
right there he E's. Too. Right there he E's. So since he doesn't have E, like the only way he escapes you is a flash. Right? His E is like 10. I don't know the cooldown. It's at least 8 seconds. I think I don't actually know, but it's kind of long. So you have Ghost Blade and you used it. Okay. You can reach this. I mean, it depends. If he runs this way, then you just keep going this way, right? Like this wall to this wall, you can make it. But if he runs that way, then I mean, you have Ghost. So and E and W in there, you don't have to flash basically. Oh wait, no.
Makes sense.
When did you? Oh, you ulted. You wasted ult here, and then you wasted flash here. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
And then you don't open with W. If you just open with W, I mean, I know he could sidestep it. He could, but. If he doesn't, then easy for you, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Small things. So it could matter, it could not. I mean, you're getting your ult back soon, so wasting your ult here didn't really matter. It looks like, right? What I say is, I'm just trying to give you the highest possible chance to win the gamble because every play is a gamble, and then the more things you have, the higher chance you have to win the gamble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but good. I wasn't looking at Lucian, but yeah, I think the Lucian play was good.
Yeah, I guess I get super like stressed out when we're like losing, so I'm like I have to get the kill no matter what. So I just I guess that's why I flashed. I was just like I wanted to win chance.
But let me tell you the other thought is let's say you get the kill without flash. Then that means your comeback is even stronger, right? You got a kill and you still have flash now, so now you can get another kill because you have flash. Or same with your
that's true.
Same with your ult. I mean, now you have ult, but let's say you didn't waste ult here, then here is a guaranteed kill because you you just run him. First of all, you have Ghost Blade. He doesn't have E or Flash. Now he has Flash, but he didn't have Flash before. So you just run at him with your E Ghost, and then you could smite him and ult him, right? I mean, you didn't have ult, but I'm saying like if you didn't waste ult here, then you could just do that, and then, because Flash is your longest cooldown, right? Flash is about 5 minutes. You have Ingenious, or what do you call it? Cosmic Insight, so it's slightly lower, but like 5 minutes, your ult is only like a minute. So really Flash is what you want to save. I mean, but also sometimes ult you want to think about as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not disagreeing with like almost everything you say makes sense. Everything you're talking about, like every mistake that you talked about, it all makes sense. But I'm explaining mine is like the next level, like how you can do things more efficiently.
Better, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, I was gonna watch this play. The problem with this play right now is she's just nothing. So you're gonna go in 1v2. Oh, you have ult. Okay.
My idea was like I'll assassinate Lucian, get out of here, but then I forget what happens, but he gets away somehow.
It's just not enough damage. It's like he has heal. Did he have heal? I think he healed. I believe he healed. Let me go. Oh, I don't see him yet. No, he didn't heal. How did he? Wait, what does he have? Okay, I don't know. Oh.
I see Flash in my queue.
I see. Okay. That was a good attempt. I mean, you got a Flash, which is a win, because remember what I said? Flash is 5 minutes. Your ult is only 1 minute. So if you use your ult for his Flash, then after that you have 4 minutes. You have 4 more ults to use on him when he can't Flash you. So that's actually good.
Yeah.
I just didn't comprehend what happened. Oh, but okay. You can think about this. I mean, okay, you are. It's not looking good. Okay.
Yeah, like catch Zyra in the bush because she had like no health. I think it was like my red smite that must have got her though.
Oh, did you? Oh, I missed that. Okay.
She went in the bush, so I just threw the W and I.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. I don't think you would have gotten Dragon anyway. So. So usually you don't want to take CS if your teammates are there, but I mean it's a small thing. Let me go one more. I'm looking at Sejuani too, which I don't think you could do anything, but let me just see. Yeah, usually you don't want to take CS because laners have if you think about it, if you take the CS, what do your laners do? They're just gonna run around doing nothing. So you have a lot of strengths over them in terms of the map, like things you can do. You could take the Krogs. They could also take the Krogs, but it unless they have lifesteal. I mean, she has lifesteal, so she can. Unless they have like lifesteal or something, it's just not worth their time because they get less gold and stuff, and they don't get you have like a jungle pass, like jungle buffs that help you do it better. So it's better if you do camps and they do minions usually.
Right.
But the other thought is not only can you do your camps better, you can also do Sejuani's camps better because you have your Kayn and your blue Kayn. You can try to take them, and if they find you, you just E away, Q E away. But like let's say Aurelia, if Aurelia tries to take Gromp and they find Aurelia doesn't have, she's not blue Kayn, so she'll just die. So it's your time is better spent doing jungle things rather than lane things.
Okay.
Yeah. Really small thing though. I don't think it matters here. But the other thing is I'm looking at this. But you can't kill her. But you can she's kind of lost in Aurelia. It takes a while to kill her, I would think. But I mean now we'll see now. Now you fight her, right? Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I find I miss my W a lot too when I'm kind of the wall. So I'll kind of like mispredict where they're gonna go, and I think, oh, maybe they're gonna like go faster than they do, and I just end up looking like an idiot because I just put my W like a foot away from them.
Well, it depends. Yeah, That's a skill too, but yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what was going on here. It's like,
Oh, yeah, the tower,
Yeah.
the tower. So
I was just like trying to force something, but yeah, I didn't.
I mean, because this works. This works if you have minions, because the tower will be hitting the minions. Even if you're here, the tower will hit the minions.
Yeah.
Right. But since you don't have minions, once you're even close, the tower starts to hit you. Right. If there was minions, then you could hit them maybe, and if you do hit them, the tower will hit you just once, and then you could back out. But the problem is no minions, so then you can take all these shots.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about it. Yeah. I know what you were trying to do.
Like tunnel vision,
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to kill him, but then yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
I think it's like when I see my team like some parts losing, I get stressed out and I try to force plays to like try to pick up from like the other end of the team. But then I guess I should just be doing like consistent.
Yeah, well, so you gotta make the judgment yourself. Like sometimes your team is just dead and you can't do anything about it. But sometimes you can help them. So it's just a judgment call here. And the only reason why I think this was bad is no minions. So if you had minions, I think it's a fine attempt. But yeah, it's just because no minions. That's all.
Okay.
Because yeah, if no minions, you wouldn't take tower shots, and then if you land your W, you might get a kill. Actually, you might even get. I don't think you would get 2 kills, but it depends. You might, if they were slightly lower, you might have been able to get 2 kills. Watch this. Oh, sorry. So why do you go on Lucian here?
So I'm just like, I don't know. I think I just tunnel vision him because I know I could kill him if he was alone. But I guess I should kind of guess that like he probably has someone.
Can you kill him? Can you kill him if he has E?
I think I almost kill him if it wasn't for Kayle. I think Kayle ults him.
I think you do. But the problem is Kayle's not a surprise factor. We actually see her right here. But
yeah.
My question is, can you kill her? Can you kill him? Actually, no. You can't kill him if he has. Actually, no. Even with I don't. Can you kill him if Can you kill him if he has E? Let's see. You have 5 seconds on this, so you don't have this. You're gonna have to use Ghostblade. Wait. Oh, I don't know how to check. Sometimes is this bugged, or you're using it right now? I think. Oh yeah, you're using. Okay, you just used it. Okay. Yeah, that's close. That's close. Well, I mean, what was it? He didn't have E. Yeah, he didn't. Either you got lucky or you knew he E'd. I don't because I didn't.
I definitely didn't know he E'd. I was just kind of like, I'll just force a kill kind of thing. But yeah, hoping that maybe I can get him anyway. But
okay, yeah. Right, because I think he probably like E'd to walk around the jungle or maybe to kill the raptors faster because he doesn't have an E right now. But he never used it yet. So my question was, could you kill him with E, which I think is very iffy. Like he could. First of all, he could just like E this way while ulting you this way, and then it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Or he could E over a wall, or he could just E anywhere to dodge your W or your Q. Like he could if he's fast enough. Yeah, I mean your W is pretty slow. Even your Q is sometimes predictable. Like he can dodge it. If he dodges just your W or just your Q, he has quite a lot of damage, right? He has 2 items. You have 2 items. Wait, you have 2.5 actually, right? You look at his items. And he has red buff, so he would just do a lot of damage to you. The reason this looks close is because he didn't have E, and I think you hit everything. But the reason you hit everything is because he doesn't have E, right? If he just E's anywhere, you probably don't hit everything. That's my point. You both almost died, but neither of you died. Oh no, you killed him. Oh, you killed him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think my sport gets him or something.
Okay.
Because I was gonna queue back in, but then he gets ulted, so I'm like, oh, I can't win this, and I just back off.
I would say the result is good, but I would say probably don't go that. Like if he just has.
So if I see Lucian, I just turn around and just kind of like try to farm.
No. If you like I said, if you know he doesn't have E, then you can go right. Where was it? I remember the one play we saw him E. Oh, when you killed him mid, he E'd, And so I was saying you didn't need to flash, but I wanted you to go because he doesn't have E. But here I didn't really want you to go because he might have E, and then you could get outplayed. But as well as
So
KO.
in that case, like where I see him, should I just like turn around and try to look for a farm or look for
Yeah. In this case, yeah. I mean, because nothing's happening, right? You see him, he's full HP. You see Kale, Kale's full HP. Your team is not nearby. Your team, you had one person here, and you had like 2 people over here. They're like not really close to this fight. So just keep farming and do whatever. You're like a opportunistic person, like because Lucian. The problem with him is just his E. Like his E gets to dodge a lot of your damage.
Right.
Right. You barely got that kill because even though you hit everything, so.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then you almost died, right? You saw the damage he can throw back at you, right? He does a lot of damage himself too. So
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, KO was there, but yeah. So we got to 20 minutes. Usually that's like late game. I mean, this is late game, so I usually speed up until someone dies or something. So the early game is really important because hold on, actually. I'm assuming your teammates just make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. There's a lot of deaths on my team by the end of it.
Yeah. The early game is really important because that's where you can control all these things. Like, because if you think about early game, it's a lot of 1v1s, 2v2s, 1v2, 2v1. It's really small fights. So in small fights, you have a lot of control, right? In a 1v1, you have all the control, right? I mean, on the red team. But now that we're in late game, this is like a 5v5 game where you have the least control, right? You only have 20% control. I mean, that you probably have more. You're the most fit on your team, so you have a little bit more. But you understand, right? Like 1v1 and 1v2, you have a lot of control. 5v5, you have less control. So now that we're in the late game, I don't really look at much. I mostly like if you die or if someone dies, we'll see what happens. Sorry.
Yeah, that was bad. I didn't even think Sojourner would show up, so I'm just like, I'm gonna smite it right away, and then she shows up like right after that, and just takes it from me. It was pretty sad.
I see.
But obviously, in hindsight, I should have.
Really, I'm looking at this. So I don't think this matters. This matters.
Okay.
So, I mean, now you're blue Kayn, so your E is low cooldown. 4 seconds. Yeah, okay, you can finish this. Or try to finish this. Okay, whatever. This actually doesn't matter. And then you want to go here, but then they already lost, so let's see what they... Let me see. Well, when they fight, that's kind of when I want to... Oh, okay. It's... Oh, you already used it. Sorry. You're fine. Yeah, it's too late. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I think you're okay.
I guess if I just rushed it maybe and like predicted they were gonna fight, I probably could have done something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of Late game's harder to like predict these things though. I mean, yeah. Now it's hard to give you that too many tips because, like I said, you don't really have control of the game right now. Like.
Yeah.
It depends on what your teammates do. It depends on what the enemies do. But what you want to do is not. You don't have that much control. I mean, you just got an ace. That's good, but not because of you. I mean, your team lost before. Again, not because of you, right? It's nothing to do with you, really. So, late game is kind of like a procedure. You just do it. But I'll see if there's a point, or if you remember a point. Let me know if you have a question.
Yep.
Okay, so this is good now. So actually, before I said don't take minions, that was only if your teammates are nearby. So now you can take them because you have another. Blue Kayn has another strength, which is you're a good split pusher actually because, right? If you split push and the enemies come, again you're Blue Kayn, so it's easy for you to run away. Or sometimes you can, if it's just like Lucian or just Zyra or something, you can maybe one shot them yourself. So yeah, this is good. That's good. Oh, why don't you go here? I mean, well, so it looks like some people wanted to go here, and let's see. Like, yeah.
See, the thing is I have it muted too, so like I can't stand like some people that are like just talk and stuff, so I'll mute it like at the beginning of the game. So I think that's part of the reason too, is like I don't really know what they're trying to do.
No, I like muting teammates. I would agree with that. But do you have their pings muted too? I'm wondering.
I mute everything because I know usually how people act. Sometimes they'll just like question mark ping and they'll spam the crap at you.
Yeah,
usually I'll just have muted just for that reason.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. But remember what I talked about a long time ago? A top lane body language. So you don't need pings, you don't need chat. You can actually just read body language. So right now, you're going here, and then look at Fizz's body language. It just looks like up. Same with affiliate. I mean, they just look like they're going up. Well, because they see Lucian.
Yeah.
I think. And then watch, just as you see, you go here, and I'm just looking at the minimap right now. It's just from body language, it looks like they're going up.
Right.
So I don't actually no. This looks good. I don't even know. You can. Well, you don't have ult, so you can't really kill him. And I believe he has everything. Oh, he does. He has E and heal. Well, you might be able. Oh, let me think. Oh, again, yeah, his E. If he E, actually no, I think you might be able to kill him actually.
Yeah.
And that's just you. We're not even E. And then when you take like Fizz and Affiliates into consideration. I mean, Affiliates probably can't reach him unless he has ult. Oh, he does have ult, so this looks doable. The reason it's kind of scary. Well, you see the plant. Like, remember you hit the plant, but you can see the plant, right? Not the enemy hit the plant right here. So someone's here. I don't know who. I mean, it's gonna be. Oh no, you do know. Oh wait, no, do you? No, it's gonna be one of these two.
Yeah, I guess I'm worried like if Sejuani comes and she's a good front line for Lucian, then he can just kill us.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Even Yasuo would be bad. But you have another strength. Your E reveals things nearby. So you want to E Lucian here, right? But while you do that, you're going to see if there's someone here anyways. Which, after you see them, you can make the judgment. Continue or exit. It depends who you see. But here, you don't even try. You're just going here.
That makes sense.
But again, I don't really disagree with you going here. I only disagree with you going here because of this. Because they are going here. So if they were leaving and you leave, I think that's a fine play. Like, because I don't think this is the perfect play because, like, yeah, Sejuani or Yasuo could be right here. And I mean, Lucian still has his E and heal, so it's not the easiest kill here. But the reason I think it is because your teammates go. So if your teammates go and you don't go, then it's a 2v2 or 2v3, right? But if you go,
right, then
at least you. Again, I don't know if you win. I don't really know if you win, but you have a chance. Here, you're not even having a chance. Here, and then why are you backing? You're not. There's no camps. I mean, I guess you probably want this or your base, right? Your base.
Yeah.
But
I forget what I was even thinking during that time, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there's no camp, so I assume you're going back for the base. Because the minions are here and you lost the inhib. But your base won't die yet. It won't die yet. So if you win this play, and remember, and the thing is, you're not only gonna win the Lucian. If you win this play, you get a Lucian kill, and you save these two because these two will probably die if Sejuani or Yasuo are here. So it's a different thing. And then depending on how you win this play, actually no, you can't do Baron. Okay, no. Well, if you're right, Kayn, you could do Baron, but if you're blue Kayn, you can't. But I mean, if you win this play, I mean, you're losing already, right? You probably know you're losing. I mean, not by too much, but
I know, like I'm one of the few people on the team that like are able to do much. It seems like me and Fizz are pretty the only strong players right now.
Actually, Aurelia is not bad. 'Cause she has a lot of CS. She has the most CS in the game, so you should look. She has 2.5 items actually, or 2 1/3 of an item, which it's like you actually. If you, I think in the goal she has 10k, you have 11k. You know, she actually has more than Kayle. I mean, but Kayle scales better. Like I said, level 16, and she's level 14 right now.
Is there a way to check the gold like in game?
Oh no, only in the replay. But like I said, you just look. So 1, 2, and then this thing. So 2 and 1/3. Just like you have 1, 2. This counts as like half, I guess, or almost more than half. No, a little less than half. But yeah, you just kind of look at items, and you look at KL 1, 2, and then this like a third or half, right? And then yeah, you just do that. Basically, completed items are the big are the most important. Like this item doesn't matter. This doesn't really matter, you know. But you just look at completed. So 2 completed, 2 completed, 2 completed, 2 completed, 2 completed, 2 completed. Like it's pretty even, right? 2 completed. This one's 3. So then Lucian is the problem with your team. The 80 carry is the difference between 80 carries is the main problem. Supports don't really matter, but sometimes can if their support is a carry, which it is. Like Zyra is like a damage, so she has 2, and then yours only has 1. So your problem is the bot lane. Your top and mid are fine. Yeah, that's how you know you just look at the complete items. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. Let's see. I mean, it looks like I think he'll just walk away and then nothing happens. But if they overchase, then you know Johnny will be here or something, and then
yeah. I guess another thing too is like I've seen online that people say that are good, like just if your teammates are going for a play that you don't agree with, like just to kind of leave them. And that's kind of my mentality. But yeah, I guess if I was there, I can kill Lucian and then
because they use their stuff. Fizz is gonna die, but then you just come in and then finish this.
Yeah.
And then what you said is nothing's ever 100%. So even when I say it depends on the game, right? So leave your team. I agree in some situations, and then if they do something stupid, I also think sometimes you just go with the stupid play. So it really depends on the situation. And this is a late game losing situation. Like you're losing right now. So you want to take any play that has any chances of success. Like even if it's less than 50%. So like if you have a 30% chance to get a Baron, you go for it when you're losing. Because the thought is if you every play is supposed to be a losing play when you're losing, because obviously you're weaker than the enemy, so anything you do is a losing play. So if you just you're just kind of going on luck, kind of, but if you have a chance to get Baron for 30% and let's say you do get it, now this game becomes 40, almost 47k to 50k, and then you have Baron, and then that's a much more easier game, and then you win one more gamble, and then it's an even game, or maybe you already win by then. So yeah, but in this case, it just seems what do you call it? It's just a good gamble because, like I said, we saw the plant here. I mean, I first of all, I agree with you. I don't really like this play. I don't really like it. Yeah. But the only reason I'm here, I want you to be here, is because these two are here. That's all. So. You have 2 options, right? Leave them, and they most likely lose because someone's here, Sejuani, Yasuo, or join them, and you have a 50% chance of winning. I see that. That's kind of how I see it. I don't actually think this is free for you, even if you're here. But 50% is better than 0. But I mean, you stay alive, right? So 100% you live, but 0% chance they live. So. It's kind of the math I do in my own head, which, it comes with experience, right? I think, the more you know about things, I share my thoughts with you. Yeah, like I said, I would prefer if everyone just recalled. I would prefer that, but yeah, you can only control Kayn, right? You can't control. Did they? Oh no, they lost. You can't control your teammates, but you can. You can choose what you do with them. Like they go in, you can choose. Do I go with them? It's probably not going to work, but see.
Yeah.
Probably not is better than definitely not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yasuo tried to split pushing down there too, which I didn't even know was happening until I got back down there. So I was kind of like, oh, this is just lucky that I ended up going back down there because you showed up.
Yeah. That is one good thing that happened. Yeah. But what I'm saying was, if you went here, you coin flip this, Yasuo takes your inhib. I think it's still worth, because you need anything you can get when you're losing. Like for example, when you're losing, if you gain 4k gold and they gain 5k gold, that's better for you in a mathematical percentage difference wise. Like we're talking percentage.
Yeah, it makes sense. Especially if you are like losing, you're trying to get whatever you can get. I guess at that point.
You don't really want to fight KL ever, right? I would think. Oh, did
Yeah, I
you beat
wasn't
her?
super confident in that. I got killed, and I was like, wow,
No,
I'm surprised I
you
did that
beat her.
myself.
How did you beat her?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think it's because she used her ult like right away, and I could just ult after and wait it out.
Oh, I see.
I just kind of
see.
waited.
Oh, yeah.
That was the main thing. And then I took that to the next game because I fought a Kayle again. I was like, oh, I can do that, and then it didn't work. So she got Randuin's and she killed me.
Oh, I mean, she just needs to save her ult for your ult, because remember the Yasuo thing? Yasuo is a 2-second Q. Kale's auto attacks are just really strong, so she wins long fights. So if she just stands there and you stand there, and none of you use ult, she'll beat you. So then, how do you? If she'll beat you, if none of you use if you don't use ult and she doesn't use ult, she beats you, right? So then that means you must use ult, right? And you must use ult first. So then you use ult, and then she uses ult, and then she still beats you. So that's kind of how it works.
So I only fight her like in a 2v1 basically, like at that point.
Yeah, or you wait for her ult. Like you go for her teammate and then force her to ult her teammate and then come again.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you got the kill. That's good. Maybe that will help you. Let's see. Or sorry, is it 2v1? Yeah, you could 2v1, right? Because you force her to. I mean, you can ult her early. You force her to ult, then you exit her, and then you run away, right? While your other ally kills her, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
She just overextends, I think, here. We're able to get her.
That's good. They had Baron too. Okay. But here is where you like. So sometimes you want to take the lane. Remember, I said if your laners are here though, then you don't take them. Like I said, right? You could. Oh, I thought that was a crab. There was. Oh, someone's taking the crab right now. Kayle. Okay. So you could have tried to take the crab, and then you would have saw Kayle, and then you don't beat Kayle, but you have your whole team here. So and her team was dead, so you could probably take the crab because dragon's coming up. Other than that, I mean, you can just look here. Like, you could take Krugs, right? Like, so, yeah. Same concept. Don't take minions if your allies are there, but if they're not there, yeah, go ahead. Take them.
Okay.
And then take crabs first, right? Like, you know. Because if you don't go there, the enemy goes there, they'll get it.
Right.
Okay, this is probably the last fight, right? Or close to it.
Yeah.
It's dragon spawning. Right now you have Kayle dead, which is really good. What are you thinking?
I'm hoping to kind of use my teammates as bait a little bit in a way where I can just like see where Lucian is and then maybe pick him off, or Zyra, like someone that's like easy that I can pick off in like 3 seconds and then just run away and then rotate around and kind of like continue the fight. Because I don't like fighting like head on. It's like blue Kayn usually. I like to try to.
No, I'm thinking that too. Actually, wait, I missed the Kayle kill. You guys killed Kayle? Let's see. Oh, what is this?
Oh yeah, she ulted my support, so I was just like, kind of kill her.
Well, she killed your support too, though. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I would want to maybe stay here because this is a good flank angle. You see all this wall, this dragon wall. If you're here, you have no flank, right? If you're here and the enemy fights here, I guess you could still go here, but here you can even walk here.
Yeah, I think in my mind I just assumed like they had vision. They don't have vision, but I guess I was like, oh, they probably have vision, so they'll see me coming. But
see, the reason why I think they might not have vision, I mean they might, but the reason why I think they probably don't is because they were all dead. So the only person that was here, right, who Kayle got the scuttle. So if there was vision here, it would be by Kayle, which she does have the yellow, so she might have left some wards here. But Zyra probably didn't have time to use her wards here because I mean, she would just be coming here. So that's all. But you'll know soon. See, the thing is, you'll know if they have vision soon, right? You'll either see them trying to come around, or they'll obviously come to you. You have a ward here. You don't have wards here. So here's kind of also where blue trinket comes in, which you haven't yellow this whole game.
Yeah.
The reason you want blue trinket is because let's say you go, you walk, you want to know if anyone's here or here. No, here doesn't matter. Here, you kind of want to know if someone's here, right? Because you kind of want, this is the spot you kind of want because dragon's coming up. So what does that mean? The enemy is gonna come from this angle or this angle, and this angle, there's no way for you to get here anyways, right? How do you? I mean, I'm trying to think of a way. You can't really, yeah, you can't. I mean, there is a way, but it's really hard to come here. This is really hard. This way is easier and less common. I mean, because this is the closest path to dragon. This path, so this path is less common. So there's a chance you can. So again, the way I'm talking is I don't know. I'm just making a gamble here. So there's a chance you can get to this bush without being spotted. So if this is not warded, which again, a big if, I don't know if this is warded or not. This could be warded, but if it's not, you can get here. And if this is not warded, you could just sit here. And what happens if you sit here? You have easy E path towards the dragon fight, right? I mean, you can even, it depends where the fight is. If it's all the way here, I mean, you could Q this and E, or you could just E these actually. Basically, you're getting a flank, and they don't really know that you're on the flank. If they don't know they're on the flank, you're on the flank. What does that? How will this fight happen? Is you have 3 people here versus their 4, right? So Johnny will charge in. Yasuo will charge in. Zyra will throw her spells in. Lucian will ult in. I mean, that's kind of how I imagine it, right? So if everything's thrown this way, and then you come this way, what do they have to stop you? And who's going to be here? It's going to be Zyra, Lucian right here. Those are the main people you want to kill anyways, right? So Johnny and Yasuo are charging in. So you're going to have Lucian, Zyra back here. No one peeling for them because, so Johnny's up. And possibly they use their cooldowns. Like possibly Zyra ulted forward. Possibly Lucian ulted forward, right? Because they're fighting forward. So that would make sense. So then you come behind them after they use their abilities. Or it depends to me. If your team just dies, then you just lose, right? But it depends how fast your team dies. But hopefully your team doesn't die. And then hopefully Zyra and Lucian use some abilities forward. So you come behind them. Priority targets, no cooldowns, or few cooldowns. They might not use all their abilities, right? Like Lucian might still have E and stuff like that, but easier for you to kill them. And yeah, that's the thought. So the thought is to do that, and to do that, you want to be here because this is an okay place to be, but they might come this way too. So they might go this way, but they also might come this way. So if they come this way and you're standing here, then you have to leave, right? If it's like Sejuani walking this way, or even Yasuo walking this way, you kind of have to leave. So if you stand here, it's less likely that they're gonna, even if they want to walk. Well, it depends. If they could walk this way, then they might not see you. If they walk this way, they'll see you. But it's really just all gambling. So it's gambling, but you can see, like, I'm trying to make the odds in your favor. Like, this is the highest chance of you winning this fight. Sneaking in here, they don't know you're here. See, if they knew you were here, then they wouldn't engage here, right? If they know you're behind them, they're gonna be like, oh well, Kayn's gonna flank us. We have to fight like this way. They're gonna position like in this kind of circle, like Sejuani here, Lucian, Zyra here, Yasuo here. They're gonna fight this way. But if they don't know you're here, they might fight in this kind of circle, this kind of formation, which is really good for you. Yeah. So again, I don't know how. I don't even know where they are. I assume they're like here because they died. You guys killed them here, right? So based on my game sense, I think they're coming. I don't actually know where they are. So it's just a luck thing. But where you're going is here, or where are you going? Well, you said you hope that your teammates are bait, right? And then you come in, okay? So let's say your teammates are bait, okay? Let's say they're here, and then the same situation, right? So Johnny comes in, Yasuo comes in. Then what are you gonna do over here? How do you reach? See, Lucian and Zyra over here, right?
Yeah.
How do you get there?
Peel me off.
Yeah. Or I mean, you can get there. You can get there, but you can't get there without being seen. Like they'll see you because Sejuani and Yasuo are right here. So you come in here, they will all see you. Like so when they see you, they could try to stop you, or even if they don't try to stop you, they could ignore you. And then Lucian and Zyra, they're gonna walk like this way, right? Because they know Kayn is here, so they're just gonna walk this way. So this is why I want you to be doing this kind of flank, you know, flank rather than go forward. Because the theory is in team fights, you think about it from the enemy perspective. They have abilities, right? They could throw their abilities in one direction. If they throw it forward, they cannot throw it backwards where you want to be. But if you're forward, then it's really easy for them. They don't need to throw it backwards, right? Because you're all here, so they just throw it all here and it's good. It's kind of a theory like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just the late game. There's another theory of how to win this. Because this dragon is actually not important because you know it's not soul, right? So the other theory would be split push. So like you push this or you push this, and it's hard to push mid because I mean they're all here. So you can push bot and pressure this tower. When you split push, you what do you call it? You force the enemy to make this a choice. They could try to stop you, or they could just ignore you and do dragon, or they could try to do both. If they do both though, they're gonna send like 2 people on dragon and 2 people bot. It's kind of weird. If they send like 2 people bot, you have 3 people at dragon, then you win dragon, right? It's kind of like that. And you play like a dance. So you push bot, they send people, then maybe you don't fight. You just walk out, but then you keep pushing bot, and then it's hard to explain, but it's like a dance where you can push bot, but you can also try to go to dragon at the same time. Like, you know, like you push bot, and if you see you need to go to dragon, you have like, you know, these walls. You can still do a kind of flank at the same time. So two thoughts. But the reason why I wanted you to do this is because you were already there. You killed Kayle right here. You killed Kayle right here, so you were already here. Like, you know, might as well try that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. It's the best angle to go from.
Yeah. But I mean that's really good. So hard to argue with these results. Or well, let's see what happened now. Yasuo might clean up. Yeah, it's not as good. Let's see. I mean,
just throw my life away here.
Yeah, started out good. So how did this start? I think Aurelia found her, or it's Lucian, right? Oh, Lucian.
Yeah, I seen Lucian go up, and I was like, oh, I know I could kill him because he kind of overextended a little bit, but the Yasuo came as well. I guess I got him.
Oh no, you're fine. No, you're fine. And then I guess you throw away.
So I know I could kill Yasuo, but like I didn't really think about the after. You know, like what happens after I kill him. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah, let me see one more thing. But the problem is you're out of the fight for soul for this. This is the moment I'm wondering why you're doing nothing for 5 seconds, or let me see. Hold on. So right now you're okay, right? Because you'll probably die in there, and then I
got stunned for a couple seconds.
Okay, so then they're like, okay, we can't kill Kayn. They go on your teammates, and then this. Why are you backing out? So you W'd and then I think Q'd. Did you Q?
Yeah, I Q'd away because I was like, oh, they're gonna. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't confident I could kill them.
So okay, but the thing is, I'm not confident you can kill them either. But the thing is, your allies are in. It's kind of like similar to this, but not the same. But like the concept is similar. Your allies are already in this fight, so they're deeper than you are. So let's say you didn't Q away, right? I'm not saying you should Q in here, but that's a thought. I mean, I don't know if you should, but that's a thought. I'm saying is you should just stand here and see what happens. See, if you Q this way, you don't even have the option to fight them later. Like, let's say I don't know. This looks pretty bad, honestly, but let's say something good happens. Maybe Aphelios chunks Yasuo down. How are you gonna kill Yasuo? You're over here. You don't even have the option to see, and you don't have Q. So if you just I think your W was good. Oh, I think you're trying to peel for him. Maybe that's why. But I think your W is good. But after that, you just want to stand here. I'm not saying go in, but just stand here and see what happens for the next 2 or 3 seconds. And if something good happens, go ahead and queue in. And if something bad happens, go ahead queue away. But queuing this early, you don't even have the option to see what happens. I mean, let's see what happens. Okay, that looks pretty bad. So, so I mean, the result is the same. I think you would just walk away. But yeah. Oh, okay. No. I mean, kind of, but it's really split second thing. So like, you have to be in a position. It's kind of like kiting. Like you want to be in a position where you could hit them back if you see something happen, but you also want to be in a position where you could also run away, right? But if you, like I said, if you just queue backwards, you don't even have the option to hit them back at all. So it's like you're running too far. Yeah. But close. You kind of doing what I would have done.
In this point in time too, I'm also kind of like I think I'm mentally defeated too.
No, I mean it's game over now.
I'm like, yeah,
yeah, it's